Good morning all, it's just gone 21 minutes past 9. It's a Thursday, I'm on holiday this week and I'm back out on the bank for another day session. This week I'm joined with another good friend of mine, Mr. Rudge, Nick Rudge, which you may have seen in previous vlogs before. Sadly Mark's out and about working, but I'm the lucky one, I'm on holiday, so it's great to be back out on the bank. And with Nick, the last session we did was in France, which was back in September. And it's been featured in blogs I've done over the weeks and years, so you may have seen him before. But things are looking good at the moment. Plenty of carp rolling about. Usual baits, usual tactics. So hopefully we'll have one or two carp to show you. I'll get Nick in the blog, either with a carp or without one, because he's a bit of a fan of rigs, and it's always good to pick Nick's brains. So at some stage I'll get into his head and ask him about rigs and what have you, and some more gadgets I think he's added to his armoury. So hopefully we're in for an interesting day. So I'm going to sign off now. I've just made the first brew of the session, so I'm going to indulge and watch the water, and hopefully I'll see you a bit later. I'll chat to you now about the rig, and if you've been following my blogs over the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 months, you know that I do favour the Snowman rig. The hook link that I've been using certainly for the last 4 or 5 months has been the N-Trap Soft by Corda, but I purchased this this week, and this is a product by Avid called Pin Down. Now I've got to be honest with you, obviously I want to get my rig pinned down, but I'm not a major fan, and I'm being truthfully honest with you now, with the putty. You know, it don't matter how hard I mould it round the hook link, you know, it does tend to slide. And to be honest, the little sinkers, or the mouse droppings as I call it, they're just too expensive. So with this one, it's a real, well, it's quite a supple hook link, but you don't have to add any putty to it. It just literally sinks like a brick, and it follows all the contours of the lake. So if I'll show you, this is what I've got on today. No different to what I've been using. Simple blowback style. That's a size 6 Corda curved shank hook, and that's the hook link. And as I say, no steaming needed. It's quite supple. I would prefer it to be a coated braid, but I've done a few tank tests at home and I was really impressed with it. So I've gone with that. I'm going to give it a whirl. So there you go. Anti-tangle sleeve there. I never cast out now without one of them on. And there's the rig, so just thought I'd give you a little bit of an insight and tell you what I'm doing rig wise today. So probably a bit of field testing, but I've used Avid products in the past, and here's my phone. They're really good quality, so I'm quite confident this one's going to be another tick in the box. So hopefully that's going to bag me some fish during this session. Fingers crossed on that score. Just gone 10 past 12, and Mr. Rudge was just going to respot his rod and bring it in, and he has, with a carp on the end. It's absolutely rattled off. This is another new bait that he's been messing about with, so we'll have a chat about that a bit later on, mate.
Yeah.
But
just nice to get back on the bank and nail one. It's been a while.
Yeah, the last time Nick was holding a carp, it was in the excess of 50 odd pound.
Yeah, so it's a bit weird holding this little baby, but they're always welcome, mate.
Super.
Nice to have an English carp for a change.
Yeah, about 14 or 15, mate.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Cracking Nick.
It's
Cracking Nick.
I forgot what they look like since I've returned from France.
Well, that's a common carp, an English one. Brilliant stuff.
But great stuff. Well impressed.
We'll get some nice stills for you, mate. Yeah. Slip it back, get the rod back out on the spot, and hopefully it's dinner time.
Yep.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Right then, what we got? We got 5 past 1. I've just noticed that my clock on my camera isn't adjusted, so when I told you the time that starts this vlog, I was an hour out. Anyway, as I said to you before, well, in the previous blog post, I was going to have a chat with Nick about that bait that he just caught that last fish on. Now, Nick's a fan of messing around with baits. He has done for years, like myself. So I know he's been a bit busy over the last 2 or 3 weeks making bait, and he's come up with another creation. So take it away, Mr. Rudge.
Yeah, it's something I've been toying around with for a bit. I wanted something for winter, but I wanted some, you know, I wanted something a bit different. You know, everybody seems to be using like fruit baits, spicy baits. So I thought, well...
Can I stop you there?
Yep.
That's a good point. When you talk winter baits, where would the base be to start off to create what would you think would be a suitable winter bait? You know, like flavour wise and...
I would definitely stick with a bird food based mix, purely because you know, get a lot of leakage off the seeds in the bait, or a milk protein. Shy away from fish meals unless you're using something that's designed for all year round use, which I know you've got one that's primarily designed for all round.
I've had to tweak it. The reason being was some of the ingredients, I think I mentioned this in one of the blog posts recently, was there's an ingredient which is when the water temperature decreases, the one ingredient deposits the bait in more like a gel form as opposed to an oil. It just congeals, so obviously...
So it's basically winterised it.
That's it.
Yeah. I've gone down the route of using a creamy bait, but I'll go back to the issue with people using spicy baits and fruit baits. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to be a bit different. So what I've done is I've actually done a blend of a fruit and creamy bait. Well, if you think at home, you have peaches and cream.
Very nice.
So I've gone down the route of using it's more creamy than it is fruity, but there is a blend of fruit in the bait.
I wish we got smell-o-vision because this brolly smells absolutely gorgeous.
I don't know if anyone can actually see the bait. You'll have to excuse me, you won't see me here, but that's it. I'll get a bit closer to that or what. It's orange in colour. Matt actually thought I was using the new hybrid. I was very offended. No, it's a bird food base, which I've actually used an orange dye. Obviously I don't want to disclose my ingredients because I'm still testing it at the moment.
Secret squirrel.
But yeah, I've been playing around with bait for a long time, and I just wanted to stick with a creamy sort of bait but add that fruit to it, because I think along the lines of, well, like I said before, you know, peaches and cream at home, you know. I thought, well, that's absolutely ideal. By the way, there's not peach in it.
Well, to put it in a nutshell, I don't know what time we got now, mate. Is it about 3:15?
Well, it's got 2 minutes past 5 on here, but that makes it 2 minutes past 4.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. In a nutshell, this session's been a grueler, isn't it, mate?
It sure has.
We've spoke to a lad who left about half an hour ago, and he's told us there was fish just chock-a-block up the far end of the lake. He's got a better view from where me and Nick are fishing, but anyway, I'm pleased to say that the rod's just rattled off, my margin rod. Had a little bleep, which was the first bleep of the session, then it melted off, and not the biggest fish I'm ever going to catch, but cracking Nick.
Lovely.
And it saved the blank. So, delighted, mate. What are you going to give me for that, Mr. Rudge? About £5 or £6?
Yeah, I'd say that. It's a lively one, put it that way.
Yeah. Tell you what though.
Lively £5 or £6.
If I'd have caught that on a little waggler rod with about £3 main line and a couple of grains of sweet corn, you'd have been chuffed to bits. But a bit crude on the tactics we're using today.
Nice
but
£2 test curve rod or something.
Yeah.
Be great, wouldn't it?
A bit crude the tactics we're using today, but you can't put the fish on the hook, can you, mate? So I'm going to stop waffling on because this one's a real live one, and we can get that rod back out, see if we can try and nick one more before we have to leave.